All rise. Support court with Judge Van Der Bee is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1085, Fay Foster case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Miss Fay Foster?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Your Honor, Judge, sir, ma'am, you know, my daughter who I love dearly, but she is one lazy, sorry, using person.
What did she do?
So, she didn't have to, I let her move into my house 3 years ago, and she got 2 twin boys. She does nothing to support. Our agreement was that she would pay $400.
We never had no agreement. We ain't never had no agreement.
$400 on rent.
Hold on 1 second, Miss Fay Foster.
Buckle up, guys. Today's courtroom showdown hits hard from the start. Fay Foster steps in with years of frustration and heartbreak etched in her voice. She accuses her daughter of freeloading under her roof for 3 years with twin boys, offering nothing in return. The daughter fires back instantly. But the judge cuts her off. Order must be maintained. This isn't a petty argument. It's a deep family fracture coming to light. The stakes are clear. It's about money, responsibility, and who's really raising these kids. The calm before the storm doesn't last long. This drama is just heating up. Every word from Fay hits like a wound reopened, and you can feel the years of resentment pour out. This isn't just family drama, it's survival. And
Excuse me, we will not have any outbursts like that.
We just gonna sit here and let her say whatever she wants to say?
I'm just going to sit here and let her say what she wants to while I'm speaking to her. And when it's your turn, I will allow you the opportunity to do the same thing. Okay. There will be no more outbursts.
Yes,
we're clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, so we agreed that she would pay $400 a month, plus she would pay $275 a month, so I'll put her kids in insurance.
Okay.
And since she's been there, she's maybe giving me a total in 3 months of $200. It's always some excuse why she couldn't pay. And I said, and I told her, I'm on a fixed income, you know, and I'm doing all this for you and the kids. I'm buying the food, paying the electricity, you know. I'm the one to get up and take them to school in the morning while she sleeps, you know, and she has a job. Plus she does braiding people's hair on the weekend.
Where does she work? What does she do?
She works at a telecommunication company.
Okay.
And I think she said she's a customer service somebody thing, but
she braids hair on the side.
Ma'am.
You say she braids hair on the side?
Yes, she does. In my back room.
All right.
And her clients come in, she give her clients snacks and stuff I don't bought for the kids, and just like she don't bought something. So I told her, you gonna have to start doing better.
All right.
And she told me.
Wait a minute, Miss Fay Foster, let me stop you really quickly.
Okay.
You said she braids hair in the home. Do you know how much money she makes roughly on average a month?
Well, I know she charges about $300 to $400 depending on the length of your hair. Mm-hmm. And she normally on the weekend do at least 3 to 4 heads.
Okay.
So I would say on the average, if we just do the lower end of it, she probably makes about $1,200 on a Saturday. And sometimes she does it on Sunday, but most of the time it's on Saturday, all day Saturday.
So about $1,200 every week.
Right. Uh-huh.
Okay. Keep going. Continue.
Yes, ma'am.
Continue.
Okay. So I told her, I said, well, you can give me some of that, you know, to help out. And on you living here and me taking care of the kids, and I'm using the gas to go take them to their soccer practice and to their football practice. And she tells me, you their grandmother, you supposed to do that.
Oh.
And I told her, I ain't supposed to do a darn thing. I ain't had no twins.
Okay.
You know, but I love my grandkids, so I hate for them to be without just because their mama is trifling.
Okay. All right. So we're going to not name call either, okay? I understand I understand your emotions are high. It's not a problem. I understand.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
I understand exactly how you feel. I know what you're saying. It's plenty of grandmothers coming to this court feel exactly the same way that you do. I just ask that, you know, you just be respectful to one another.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry about that, Your Honor.
That's okay. Now, how old are the twins?
The judge knows it's about to boil over. Now the financial facts hit the table, and they hit hard. Fay reveals she's been footing all the bills: rent, food, electricity, even insurance, all while her daughter dodges every payment. But here's the kicker: her daughter makes $1,200 every weekend braiding hair right out of Fay's house, using snacks bought for the grandkids to serve clients. The judge listens closely, and you can feel the tension tightening. Fay's on a fixed income. Meanwhile, her daughter sleeps and works when she wants, and still claims hardship. The resentment's real. And so is the judge's growing concern. Things are about to explode. The numbers don't lie, and Fay does face exhaustion. The courtroom's gone silent, because now it's clear this isn't...
The twins are 10.
All right. And you said they're boys?
They're boys, 2 boys.
All right. Are they involved in any kind of extracurricular activities?
Yes, they play football and they play soccer and basketball.
All right. And does mom help out with any of that?
No. She always said, well, go ahead and pay their fees and I'll give it back to you. But I never get it back.
She lives in the home. Does she actually live there, or does she just sleep there and she lives somewhere else?
No, she lives there and she sleeps somewhere else every night, you know. But that's why she's supposed to be paying me $400 for them to live there.
Okay.
Because she got put out of her last place. So I said, okay, you can come home, but you know, I'm on a fixed income, so if you give me $400 a month. And then she said, okay. And I think she may have paid $200 one time, and that's it.
All right. Are
And
the
then
children on health insurance or anything?
Mm-hmm. And then, ma'am?
Are the children on health insurance or anything?
The children, I put them in insurance because I asked her, do you have insurance on these kids? And she said, I can't afford it. So I said, well, they need insurance. They playing sports and stuff, and they get sick, and we don't have out of public. So I got insurance, and she agreed that she would pay me back each month what I had to pay for insurance.
How much do you pay for the children only?
The children only is $275.
$275. Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
I know you, and I just need her to do the right thing. I just need her to do the right thing, and hope you can make her do the right thing.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I can make her. You know, I can only do what the law allows, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, let me ask you a question about the living arrangements.
Yes.
You said this was supposed to be temporary?
It was supposed to be temporary until she found her a place to stay that they can afford. But it's been 3 years, and I don't think she's looking for any place to stay, Your Honor.
All right.
I don't think she has looked at all. And she keeps saying, well, I don't have the money to get a place that's nice enough for me and the boys, and that I can afford. And then people want a high deposit and all this kind of stuff. So, you know, I'm like, okay, you know, but I need you to help out, you know, and that's fine, because you can't live nowhere else for $400.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
Now we see the cost beyond money. Fay explains how she's the real parent in this house. She's taking the twins to school, paying their sports fees, cooking, cleaning, and holding it all together alone. The daughter out with friends, missing events, and barely present in her own kids' lives. The original deal was temporary, just until her daughter got back on her feet. But 3 years later, she's still there, barely contributing and not even looking for a place to stay. The judge nods. Reality's clear. This isn't help anymore. It's exploitation, and Fay's had enough. This isn't just neglect, it's abandonment in disguise. And Fay's not just a grandmother anymore. She's become the only...
Yes, Your Honor. She, you know, she's always gone. She doesn't attend a function because she said, you know, she got to go out with her girls and kick it, or she got to be with a man and kick it. And so, you know, I was like, you're not even trying to be a part of these kids' life. You just want to be fancy free and let somebody else take care of your kids. So,
okay.
You know, that, you know.
Okay, so
it's just too much.
Can I move over to her, or is there anything else?
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Okay. Now, you have the opportunity to let me know what you want me to know, respectfully. So, I mean, what's all that about? the huffing, puffing? And
Because she's lying. She's telling half truths and sitting over there in her Christian outfit like everything she's saying is the gospel. Yes, me and my children did move in with her 3 years ago, but what she didn't say was, it's because I had a tragic divorce with my ex-husband, who her and her church members just wanted me to marry this guy because he was so churchly and good, and he ended up being the devil. And in our divorce, he wiped us clean.
Okay.
And my credit was messed up. He took all the money and he left, and he did all of that, and so it left us devastated. So my mother said that it was cool for us to come and stay with her while I get things together, and
so let me
get back on our feet.
I understand all of that, but let me ask you a question. Just to fill in the gaps, right? So is it true what she said, that you're supposed to give her $400?
No, that was never an agreement.
Okay, hold on. So was there any agreement for you to give her any money to financially support your children?
She said to...
No, that was a yes or no.
Not in that way. Not in that way.
So explain the way.
So when we talked initially, before even moving in, it was, y'all just come, just take your time, get yourself together. I got you guys. I got my grandbabies, who she was very instrumental in. I want grandbabies. 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 So I'm giving you the opportunity.
So because she's instrumental in wanting grandbabies, that means that she has to take care of them too?
It doesn't mean she has to take. I'm saying she's not telling the full story how it is. It was never an agreement on a dollar amount of being able to help. It's just do what you can when you can.
Parent these kids really have. The daughter plays defense, and it's a masterclass in excuses. She blames her divorce, her mom's church friends, and a failed marriage for everything, claiming she was left with nothing. She denies any agreement to pay, saying it was just help when you can. But after 3 years of doing nothing, that line's wearing thin. When pressed on moving out, she dodges again. No clear plan, no action. The judge stays calm. But you can feel her patience running out. This isn't just about miscommunication, it's about a grown adult refusing to step up for her kids'. Accountability is coming. Every excuse digs the hole deeper, and the judge's silence speaks.
So was there ever an agreement for it to be a temporary situation?
Well, yes.
You'd agree with me that 3 years is no longer temporary, right?
I would say it's no longer temporary, but in the moments where I would say, you know what, I'm going to do what I can to see what I can to get, it was her, the one that was talking about, oh, that's not a good place for my grandbabies. You don't need to take them over there. And, I worry about y'all's safety over there, and that's too far, and that'll be taking them out of their environment.
So are you, and please just stop beating on the table.
Sorry.
All of that is not necessary. I can assure you it's not.
Just emotional a little bit.
I understand. Y'all need to calm down, all right?
I can't believe I'm even here. This is ridiculous.
Well, this is where you come when you want some relief, when you are wanting certain things to happen. You come to court to take care of it. It's unfortunate that the two of you couldn't work it out because you're mother and daughter, but this is where you come, right? So do you have any intentions of moving out and taking your children, or are you going to move out yourself and leave the children with her?
I mean, she knows what the situation is. I mean, when I was working, which she knows at this point that there was a huge layoff because of COVID, and why I started doing hair in the first place to try and make amends. So for her to sit over here talking about, oh, I got all these jobs and I got all this finance coming in at this point, it's just ridiculous. And it just shows to, just how low she'll stoop to how she behaves and how she acts.
But she letting you live for free. She's been allowing you to do it for 3 years. She pays for everything for your children. She feeds your children. She takes them to school. She pays for health insurance. She's literally doing everything. You're doing nothing.
But that's her story. I'm doing more than so. I'm doing exactly what I can. I cook, I clean, I do what the stuff she asked me to do for church.
Hold on. Cooking and cleaning for a house that you reside in, you don't get any credit for that. Okay? You should do those things, right? But in terms of your children, what are you doing? Because she said she's doing it all. Everything I just named off. You have yet to dispute that.
Well, I do get do stuff for their school. She doesn't always. You're not always the one taking them to school, mommy. I don't even know why you in here acting like you do that.
Let's not derail this thing because you never answered my original question.
So
do you plan to move out with your children, or do you plan on moving out and allowing them to stay with her?
Well, I mean, at this point, I mean, she dragging me all in here to court. I mean, I want to go out. I want to go out and move and like find me and get me situated, and then I will be able to come back and get them and get the boys.
So the boys are going to stay with her. When are you trying to move out?
Like ASAP, because this is ridiculous. Like I can't even believe you brought me in here with this foolishness.
When you say ASAP, do you mean that you're going to leave court today and go find somewhere?
I mean, no. I'm gonna have to like get on my hustle, you know, to like try and figure out, you know, where I'm gonna go and, you know, what I'm gonna do and how much is that gonna take.
What are we looking at in timeline? Because we know the boys are gonna stay with her when this happens. So timeline, give me a reasonable timeline that you're talking about doing this.
Volumes, the clock's ticking, and the daughter is running out of places to hide. This part of Reality Check in real time. The judge shuts down the daughter's weak defense, cooking and cleaning. That's basic living, not child support. The judge exposes the truth. Fay does it all, full care for the twins. Every bill, every ride, every meal. The daughter can't deny it, can't argue it. And finally admits she's moving out soon, leaving the kids behind. The judge presses her. What's the plan? Still no answers. Now the courtroom is boiling and the daughter is running. Out of time, excuses don't work. Here, this is the breaking point. Her silence is louder than any excuse, and the judge knows it, the truth.
Within the next 2 months, I would say.
2 months, okay. Yeah. That's exactly what I needed to know.
I ain't trying to stay where I ain't want it.
Well, I don't think that's what she's saying, ma'am. She's just saying she wants a little bit of assistance. She's not saying she's not willing to help you. That's not a fair assessment. How much money do you make a year?
At this point, probably around about 25.
25,000?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You actually make more than that because we're going to deem that braiding as income. Now, she said you make about $1,200 a week. Is that true?
That is not true.
How much do you make a week?
It just fluctuates on how my clientele does.
Well, let's just do it by average then. On a monthly basis, how much money do you say you bring in from braiding hair?
I would say monthly. Monthly, I would say $1,200.
Monthly, $1,200?
Yes, because I don't get
3 or 4 heads.
I don't get heads. I don't get heads all the time. And some of the people she see me braid is like some of my girlfriends who, if I braid their hair, you know, like they'll do my nails or they'll do my lashes or, you know, they'll grab my kids from school for me if I need them to. It's like we help each other out. So I'm not always getting money.
Do I look like I was born
paid.
yesterday?
No.
Right. So you want me to sit here and believe that braiding hair and you're charging how much per head?
It just depends. I mean, shorter ones, 80, longer ones, like 250.
That's not what she says, and she lives in a house.
But she's not working with my clientele, and it really.
So you don't tell her how much you get paid?
No, because she really huff and puff around the house. And really the only reason we here because my boyfriend Tank Daddy, who she was dating, broke up with her. And she was pissed about it. And so I didn't agree with the situation. So that's the only reason why we really here is because she mad because I didn't take her side in the situation. When grown folks gonna do what grown folks gonna do, and that ain't none of my business. But I'm the one getting the brunt from her. I'm the one that's not doing something. I'm the one that's not doing what I'm supposed to do for my kids. So now it's an issue with my kids.
She's not stepping up, she's stepping out. And the court's not letting that slide. Daughter's cornered and cracking now. The judge calculates her real income, $3,283 monthly, factoring her side. Hustle the daughter denies it, dodges, then suddenly blames everything on personal drama. Her mom dated her boyfriend's dad. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't just financial. It's a family soap opera gone public, the courtroom stunt. But the judge doesn't blink. She's laser, focused on facts, not distractions. This isn't about boyfriends, it's about neglect, responsibility, and 2 kids caught in the mess. And now the reckoning begins. The drama's messy, but the facts are clean.
Because her and my boyfriend's dad ain't in the right spot. And just because I didn't take her side. It wasn't no side to take. It ain't none of my business.
All right. And you know what? That's none of my business too, but let me tell you what is my business. I have your gross calculated at $3,283. That $1,200 that you just testified to, I'm deeming that as income in addition to what you make monthly. So that's how I got to that number, $3,283. That brings your net to $2,798. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm looking at the right number. Yes, $2,798.18. Do you have any other children outside of the two boys?
No, I do not.
Okay, and you're also going to pay for health insurance reimbursement to your mom. So, monthly child support comes out to $699, was $670. We're going to round it up. Plus, you have to do a reimbursement. Let me just make sure I don't go over the legal amount, because it can't be over 3%. So $2,798.18 times 3%. So your health insurance reimbursement to mom, although you pay $275, according to the law, it can't be, the health insurance amount that she reimburses you cannot be more than 3%. So that caps at about $84. So 670 plus $84 is $754. That's how much you'll pay your mom a month.
$700.
$754 exactly.
Your breakup. That's what
No,
this is
because
about.
you need to
This
pay
is
for
what
your
this
own
is
children,
about.
ma'am.
This is what
Excuse
this is
me,
about.
excuse me, I'm speaking. It's $754. It's what's in the best interest of the children. These are your children, not your mother's children. These are her grandchildren. And I went ahead and ordered that you pay child support because based on your testimony, you'll be moving out in a couple of months anyway. So there we are. Do you have any other questions?
No, I don't.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No, thank you, Your Honor, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
And the judge won't be sidetracked. It's not about who, it's about who's failing these kids. And here it is, the final verdict. The judge lays it out with no hesitation. $754 monthly in child support and insurance reimbursement. The daughter tries to interrupt. The judge shuts her down instantly. I'm speaking cold clear and final. These kids aren't Fay's responsibility. They're her daughters. And now the court's forcing her to act like it no more free ride, no more hiding. The daughter's stunned, but there's nothing left to say. Court dismissed and justice served cold. It's not just a ruling, it's a hard reset on a life of freeloading. There's no escape, no loophole, just consequence.